Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is an especially fun day because today we're going to talk about if I was in charge of hell, what circles of hell would I have? Now, this video, I sort of took the whole tier list format. So there are 9 circles, 1 to 9, top being the best. I guess that's not the word I should say. Top being the lighter sins, the bottom being the heavier sins. I know that the bottom circles look an icy tundra, but I thought blue to red looked better than red to blue. Let's just get right into the video because I am all jazzed up today. The first circle we have is people who tell me to do something when I was just about to do it. If I'm about to do something and then someone says, "Hey, can you do that?" That really pickles my cucumber. It makes me not want to do it anymore, you know? Like, let's say you're about to do the dishes and someone says, "Hey, can you do the dishes?" I don't want to do it anymore. So my punishment, every time you want to do something, someone will just tell you to do it, even though you don't want to do it, unless you're like into that kind of thing, kink-wise. But I guess they wouldn't be in the circle of hell if they were like into this sort of thing. Like, I don't hate it. It's just like mildly like, ugh, you know. It's just a little bit of frustration, just a little bit, just an incy bit. So we'll move on to the second one. The people that put toilet paper under rather than over. It makes more sense for toilet paper to be over rather than under, in my own opinion. Because why would you want to? Well, if it's under, it just looks bad. It like has this weird like droopy thing about it, rather than the that droopy thing about it. So why? So for the second punishment, you'll be on a toilet paper dispenser, but you'll be placed under, and someone will be perpetually scooping you for all of eternity rather than pulling you down. You'll be scooped for all of eternity. So for the third one, we have those terrible Facebook reaction videos. You know the ones, I don't want to say any names, but it's like, "Oh, you remember blah, blah, blah. I remember blah, blah, blah. Look at that." They laugh at everything. Like, they look at, like, Twitter reaction videos where, like, a company will say, like, "Oh, man, new burgers are out." And then Wendy's will be like, "Oh, maybe you should try cooking your burgers because we're fresh, not frozen." Like, they'll just, like, lose their minds. They'll be like, like those upset me so much. I'm just on Facebook, just mad. I'm scrolling through these videos. I'm so mad today. I'm like just itching with anger today for no reason. I don't know why I'm so mad today. The punishment for them, they have to react to their own reactions for all of eternity. So they do reaction video, okay? And actually, that might get them off. That might be like a kink for them, those sick, twisted degenerates. So, okay. All right. They have to. All right, here'll be my punishment. They will be forced to watch stuff, but their mouth will be sewn shut or taped shut. I don't know what hell's budget is on sewing versus tape. But they'll be forced to watch things, but they cannot react in any way. They will be forced to sit there. They'll be forced to watch the most reaction-worthy clips of all time, like the Kylie Jenner Pepsi thing, or like Super Bowl performances, stuff like that. They'll be forced to watch those for all of eternity, and they cannot react. They couldn't even give a, because their mouth will be sewn shut. They just have to sit there and blankly stare, or else a devil will poke them with a stick. All right, moving on. I think I should have put that further down on the list. Number 4, people who harsh my vibe. If you harsh my vibe, straight to the 4th circle. You are a 4th circle resident if you harsh my vibe. I can't stand my vibe being harshed. What harshes my vibe? Anything. Anything harshes my vibe, so you better be careful, or you might end up in the 4th circle. The punishment for people who harsh my vibe, you'll have your vibe harshed. You'll be vibing from now until eternity. But there will be one point, and you'll know it'll happen. There will be one point in your life, in your afterlife or whatever, where your vibe will be harshed so bad that you'll just go into like a manic state of insanity for just the rest of existence, for the rest of your like hell life or whatever. Yeah. You'll be like, oh yeah, and then the music will stop. And then you'll just like Number 5, murderers. Simple enough. People that murder, they should still be in hell. I wanted to include, not saying that the other crimes that people commit are exempt. Murderers. Their punishment, they get murdered. Number 6 here, Josh Gad. Now look, I love Josh Gad. He's fantastic in Book of Mormon. I love him as Olaf in Frozen. He was Bear Claw in New Girl. I love Josh Gad. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve to be in the 6th circle of hell. That's just me. I'm sorry. Ask anybody. Does Josh Gad deserve to be in hell? I feel like 1 out of 10 people will say yes. And I think that's fair enough to say that Josh Gad deserves to be just below murderers. The punishment for Josh Gad, why would I punish Josh Gad? He's a national treasure. But he does deserve to be in hell. So Josh Gad's punishment will be, he just goes around and bothers other people in hell. Like, he can kind of just roam around the circles, and he's sort of like the king demon, and he'll just sort of just walk around and bother people. So for the 7th one, the 7th circle of hell here, we have people that say, oh, I don't buy. Like, whenever you go to sit down next to someone, and you want to give them their respectable personal space, and then they go, oh, I don't buy it. Like, ugh. I don't really have much to say about them, but they deserve to just be bitten for all of eternity. It's not really like a anger. It's more of like a kind of a disappointed anger, kind of like dad anger, I guess. More mad at like the why rather than them doing it. So yeah, the people that say I don't bite, 7th circle of hell. Sorry. So the 8th circle. So let's say you're in a car and you're playing music, you're vibing to J. Cole, Queen, Kendrick Lamar, whatever you decide you wanna bop to. You're with your friends, you're cruising to a new town, maybe you're cruising to like Cincinnati because there's like a concert, or maybe you're going to like Washington D.C. because you're on a field trip or whatever. I don't know. And then there's that one person that's like, yo, hand me the aux. Or like, oh, no, they're way too energetic. Usually they're like, oh, let me play a song. And then they play like a musical or Disney. Look, there is a time and place for Disney. You know, if it's 2 people, that's fine, you know? But there is a time and a place for musicals and Disney to be played. But if you play it at an inopportune time, 8th circle. Immediately. Even if you're still alive, 8th circle. So for a punishment for musicals, we'll just have Josh Gad come down from the 6th circle and make fun of you for your singing. Because they always sing along. No one plays musicals and doesn't sing along. And they try way too hard. And now, on to the 9th circle of hell. The place the most evil of the evil exist. The worst people. Above murderers and kidnappers and Josh Gad, the worst of the worst exists right here in the 9th circle of hell. And it is the guy that says, time for you to get a watch. The scum of the earth. The worst people ever. Do you know that Adam and Eve actually did not bite an apple for original sin to be created? What happened was God wasn't sure. He was like, oh, how should I create time? And then he just asked Adam and Eve, what time is it? Just maybe they can just let them establish it. Adam said, time for you to get a new watch, God. And then God decided to give Eve periods and painful childbirth. And yeah. That's what happened afterward. God was so mad, he punished all of humanity for that joke. For the person that says, time for you to get in your watch. So they have a deadline that they have to meet. And if they don't, they'll be spread around the universe. But everyone else knows the time except for them. So they have to run around all the other circles of hell except for the sixth circle because they don't deserve to bother Josh Gad. Josh Gad bothers them. They go around the other circles and they have to ask people what time it is. And everyone will always respond, time for you to get a new watch. And once that deadline is met, they'll be blown up and sent around the universe for all of eternity, looking at a clock, not being able to read it. And there'll be more deadlines. And the more deadlines that they miss, the more they'll be blown up and sent around the universe. And I hate people that say that. You know what? If I see any comments that say time for you to get in your watch, well, that's all for this video today. Thank you for watching me rant and ramble about things I hate for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, however long this video is. If you like what I do on this channel, please subscribe. There will be a link in the description down below if you would like to do your own version of this sort of kind of tier list idea. And also, if you like this video, leave a like. Hit the bell for notifications. I post every Thursday and sometimes Friday. Or if I'm sick, like last week, there will be no video. I had something called tonsillitis. And it sucked. It was not fun. I missed work for 2 days. So, yay. No money for me. And I'll see you guys next time.